Hello and welcome to Operation Remote Resilience. My name is Janel. I'm a certified Warriors IDs teacher, and today I'm here to guide you through a 30-minute chair class. We're going to work into a little bit of a balancing posture called half moon, so it should be fun.
Go.
So let's begin in our easy seated position. Maybe come to the edge of your chair and go ahead and plant your feet. And then today we're going to just utilize a nice deep breath, but we're actually going to use the mind a little bit today to take us into what's called our inner resource. It's something that we can utilize anywhere at any time that we need it. So I'll kind of guide you into maybe how you can maybe begin to cultivate or find that space for you. So it's your personal space, nobody else's. It can be anywhere, any place, anytime, with anyone. So go ahead and either take a soft gaze and close your eyes if you feel comfortable. Allow your shoulders to just release and relax on the back, nice and tall spine. Maybe pinch shoulder blades back just slightly. Feel yourself sitting here in your seat. Feel the weight of your body being completely supported by the chair. Notice the breath. Notice the feet planted nice and even on the earth or whatever surface that they're in contact with. Just start to gently invite in a little deeper breath here before we begin. Just allowing the lungs to inflate from bottom to top, front to back, side to side. On the exhale, just a nice, gentle, easy release, drawing the belly button towards the spine. Just take a few breaths like that and allow all the tension that may be holding your shoulders to just relax and release a little bit more with each exhale. Still nice and tall in the spine. We're just coming into this moment right here in whatever place that you are in a room, outside, wherever you are. Maybe notice the sounds that are in your space. Maybe even noticing any smells or tastes that are here. And then maybe even checking in with the images that might be floating through the mind from your thoughts, or ideas, or sensations or sounds that are around you. Just noticing, you can allow these things to kind of come into your perception and then fade away. You don't have to attach or fix them in any way. And then we'll begin just to cultivate a little bit of our inner resource. So try to recall right now the last time where you felt completely secure and at ease. This could be any place. It could be a favorite memory that you had, a favorite vacation that you were on. It might be with your favorite pet or person. Just any place or any person or pet that invites this feeling of well-being and ease and peace into your body and mind here. Just allow your mind to go there for a moment. And then start to open your senses into that space. So maybe noticing what it feels like to be there, wherever that inner resource space is for you. Noticing if it's warm or cool. Maybe look around and see the sights that are there. If there's any objects that you recognize, or colors or shapes that are here. And then notice how it feels maybe on the skin. Is it warm? Maybe you feel the sun if you're outside on the skin. Or maybe it's cool. Maybe you feel a cool breeze. There might be sounds in that space, maybe sounds of nature, sounds of familiar voices. Maybe even your favorite music might be playing. And notice if there's any smells and tastes in the space. So we're just cultivating that space in our mind and see if you can really open all those senses up so that you can feel what it's like in the body to be here. That felt sense of complete peace, ease, and security that may be instilling in you right now, just from those thoughts in the mind. And then very slowly begin to bring your senses back into the room or the area that you are now in. Feeling again your feet on the floor, your seat in the chair. And then maybe go ahead and take a nice big deep breath here. Nice long exhale. And then maybe flutter the eyes open. Good. So that's just a little inner resource drill. You can try that anytime. So cultivate that. It's really, really fun to do. You can pick different spaces each time too if you want to. So, okay, we'll get into the body a little bit here. Go ahead and grab onto your knees. Sit nice and tall. Think about lifting the chest up. Maybe eye gaze comes up, shoulder blades pin back. So we're opening up the front of the spine. And then as we exhale, we're just going to round through the back of the spine. Use your leverage of holding your knees to allow the shoulders to splay apart. Maybe the chin falls to the sternum. So eyes open or closed. You can just connect the breath with the movement here. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, round and surrender the back. Good. Take about 5 more of these with your breath, nice and easy. Really exaggerated openings and roundings if that feels good for you. If you have something going on in the spine where that doesn't feel good for you, just make these maybe very small little movements. So feel into your spine and see what it needs today. Good. Go ahead and take 2 more rounds with your breath. Good, last round here. Big inhale all the way to the top. Exhale, round it all the way to the bottom. Then go ahead and find that tall spine here. You should be at the edge of your seat. If you're not, go ahead and find yourself there. And then take your hands and see if you can hold on to maybe the back of the chair or the legs of the chair. And then we're going to open the front of the body here for 8 deep breaths. So hold on to something behind you. And then start to draw the heart again up and the shoulder blades back and down. And then use the leverage now of holding on to something behind you to allow this nice opening across the pecs and the heart. Feet are still planted on the floor. We're just breathing along the whole front of the spine here. Big deep breaths in and out. Keep squeezing those shoulder blades together. And that will also help increase that stretch. Feel the top of each inhale, really increasing that stretch across the clavicles. We might all be at a little different breath pace, so go ahead and find your last 2 rounds here. Big breath in. And then on the exhale, slowly release. And we're going to take that spine the opposite way it just came. Take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, just slowly start to round the spine forward. You can stay here with a flat back if that feels better on your lower back. Otherwise, you can just round. Allow the shoulders to just be loose. Let the hands dangle. If it feels okay, you can allow the head to maybe drop.
and the chin will fall by the sternum. And then if it feels good here, maybe a little slight rock side to side might feel nice. Just allow the shoulders and the arms to hang heavy. Let that spine come the opposite way in which it just came, just for a few breaths. You'll feel the top again of each inhale. You'll receive a little bit of a deeper sensation of the stretch along the shoulder blades, scapula, the lats, lower back. Take 3 more big breaths. Big inhale. Nice long exhale. If your head is dropped, go ahead and draw that back in line with the spine. And then from here, you can maybe bring your hands to your shins if you're dangling low, and press up with a nice flat spine. Ooh, nice, good. So now we're just gonna take a nice little twist. So go ahead and take your forearm and put it right on top of your shins, your knees, I'm sorry. And then inhale that left arm up. And just find that nice little twist. You might be just right here, that's fine. Otherwise, start to explore. Eye gaze can maybe follow that left hand. If that doesn't feel good for the neck, keep it neutral, or you can look down. So just kind of find this here for about 5 deep breaths. Keep reaching through those left fingertips. Think of the crown of the head nice and long, coming out from the spine. Feeling that twist right in your mid-thoracic here. A little harder to breathe deep. Take 1 more breath. Good. Exhale, slowly come all the way back through center. Sit tall for a moment. Reset the spine. And then we'll try that on the other side. So take that left forearm down to the knees, and then inhale that right arm up. Just feel into the side, see how it needs to be. You don't have to go as far, or maybe you go farther on this side. Just find where it feels good in your twist, and then breathe when you're there. So we're constricting the diaphragm a bit. It's a little harder to draw that breath into the lower lobes. Just do the best that you can. Keep reaching through those fingertips. Crown of the head is still nice and long. Good. Two more nice big deep breaths here. And on the exhale, very slowly make your way back out of that twist. Sit nice and tall in the spine. Lots of work for the spine today. Good. So from here, we're going to come into standing, and we're going to come into a pigeon using our chair. So if you come in, let me actually show you seated pigeon first. We've done this one in almost every class. If you don't have this one, you can always come to your seated pigeon, which is just placing that ankle on top of the thigh and allow that knee to be here, and you can always lean forward and you'll get that same sensation of the stretch. This one will be a little deeper using the chair. Make sure that your chair is on something that's not going to slide away from you. So you're going to take this right shin and you're going to place it on the seat of the chair. So depending on how your knee joint and hip joint are feeling here, this leg might be at an angle, or mine's at an angle here. It might be parallel with that chair. So if it's parallel, it's going to be a really big opening for the knee. Just make sure that that feels okay for you. And then you're going to just start to scooch this left leg back as far as you can. And there you'll start to feel a nice opening in that left hip flexor. So we're getting into the right hip socket, left hip flexor, trying to keep some flexion in that right foot, and then just sink into this. And you can wiggle that foot back and forth, that left foot, depending on how you need the stretch to be in your body. You can stay nice and tall. The weight of the body is kind of doing all the work here. If it feels okay, you might want to just lean forward a little bit. So wherever you are here, we're just going to take about 5 really long deep breaths. So think about the ball of that left foot is nice and anchored, and we're pressing back with that left heel, and that's also getting a little opening for the calf. Notice the sensations that are arising here in that right hip, maybe. It's a pretty big opener. We sit a lot, most of us, in our jobs and school and all that stuff, so these areas that we're picking on here are usually really super tight on most of us, so not the most pleasant thing to do, but it's really beneficial for the body. Take one more deep breath. Nice long exhale. Good. To come out of this now, you're just going to press your hands on the seat and then slowly take that right leg back. And then maybe give yourself a little bit of a wiggle here, just kind of feel the difference between that left and right side. And we're going to, when we're ready, take it on the left. So depending on what kind of injuries you have, you might want to take the seated pigeon that we showed you before, or you can try the standing in the seat. So left leg is going to come up, down to the seat, and then you're going to swoosh that right leg. Is that a real word? Swoosh, swoosh, smack it back, whatever, and then keep flexion here in this left foot. And then start to feel the body weight sink. Press back through that right heel. Make any little adjustments that you need here, and you can stay with the upper body, with the weight right over the hips, or it might feel better to maybe lean forward a little bit. So feel what you need here. We're going to take 5 nice deep breaths. Think about the air just being sent into that really sticky, tight spot in that left hip, maybe creating a little opening. And then on the exhales, allow that to maybe bring a little bit more relaxation and softness into that left hip joint. That right quad is still on, so don't let that right leg just kind of keep it nice and tight. Take 2 more deep breaths. Good, big inhale. Nice long exhale. And then to come out of this one, you can utilize the bottom of the seat to kind of press yourself, and then come all the way up. Give it a little shake, a little movement. And then we're going to take that standing posture I told you at the beginning called half moon. So normally half moon, you would bring your fingers or your hand to a block or the earth, and you would be at a very pretty advanced angle here, but we're going to use our chair, which is going to help us kind of feel into the body and how we can maybe start to work towards the floor. So from here, you're going to take that left foot and face it towards the wall. This right foot's going to be at about a 45-degree angle or so, left hand at the hip, and you're a little bit away from the chair here. So start to think about your hips are in line with your shoulders, so we're going to start to move towards that left wall. Bring that left hand down to the seat. Big stretch for the right side body here, and then maybe a little bend here in that left knee, and see if you can stack all the weight into that left foot as you lift that right leg. And then here the palm can stay on the chair. You can lift that right leg as high as you want, and then maybe you can even take that right arm up, and you can stay here. Now playing with the eye gaze is going to make this a little more difficult. If you want to take the eye gaze up towards that right hand, that's going to make it a big balance challenge. You can also kind of play with this one here, taking an extended side angle with that right arm coming over the ear. Big move for the side body here, breathe. And for you crazy folks out there that want to get a little more, you can bend that right knee towards the glute. Maybe take that right hand behind and grab onto the ankle or the foot. And then think about pressing that spine open towards the front of the room. So wherever you are here, take 2 more deep breaths. Good, and then on the exhale, really slowly and gracefully like we came in, bend that left knee, let that right foot, and woo, here we are. All right, we gotta get to the other side. So I'm gonna turn my chair so you don't get my good side. I'm gonna take that half moon from here. So that right foot's gonna face that right wall, left foot's either 45-degree angle or you can have it facing the front of the room, whatever feels okay for your knee here. Left hand to the hip. Look down where you're heading to. Take that right hand, bend that right knee, start to dip down and find it planted on the chair. And now you're going to feel about 80% of the weight start to come into that right foot. When you're ready, go ahead and hop that left foot up and straighten it out. So again, on this side, you might keep eye gaze down. Think about stacking shoulders and hips here. And then maybe that left arm comes up. Keep breathing, whatever you're doing here. Maybe explore that little extended. Feel the length in the body from that left foot through the left fingertips. And then you also have the option of capturing that foot, and you get a nice stretch again in that left hip flexor, that left quad. Wherever you are, take about 3 more deep breaths. Nice, big inhale. On the exhale, slow and graceful. Come on out of that. Come on up. Woo, you did it. All right, let's take the chair back forward. If you were in your seated pigeon, you're already there. We'll meet seated. Good. And then let's just take the neck and give it a little bit of a roll. So let the shoulders drop down, and then just take the neck up. Exhale, bring the chin down. Good. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, bring it down. Good. One more time. Inhale up. And exhale it down. Inhale, roll the right ear to the right shoulder. Keep the shoulders nice and loose. You can stay here. You can allow that left arm to dangle if you want to. Let the weight of the head do all the work here. Still tall in the spine, just the head is tilting to the right. Big breath in. Exhale, let the chin roll back down. And then inhale, left ear to left shoulder. Maybe staying here, or you can allow that right arm to just dangle. A little different sensation in the stretch. Just feel what you need here and breathe. One more breath. Exhale, roll that chin back down to the sternum. And then inhale that head up nice and tall. So any more wiggles you need with the shoulders, go ahead and do that. And we're just going to work into the backs of the legs a little bit to stretch those hammies out. So you can take this several ways. You can bring that knee in. This might be you today. You can just stay right here, tall spine, draw the knee in. Or see if you can get a hold of your foot. You can either take peace fingers, yogi toe hold, and stay right here, or you can have outer edge of the foot. If you have a belt, you might put a belt or a strap around your foot. So stay here, or maybe start to take the sole of that right foot to the front of the room. Draw that knee back, and then maybe eventually you can explore straightening that leg. Make sure that you're not going to start rounding in the front of the body here. Keep that spine tall. Maybe straighten that leg out. Hold and breathe wherever you are. Bent knee or straight. Shoulders are still down, away from the ears. Crown of the head is still nice and tall. Good. One more deep breath. And then slowly release that side. Go ahead and let that right foot come to the floor. And we'll try it on the other side. So maybe just draw that left knee in right here. You can stay, you can breathe, tall spine, shoulders down and back. If you want to explore that a little further, either a strap around the foot, yogi toe hold here, or edge of the foot, and then draw that knee towards you. Maybe sole of the foot comes to the front of the room. Find if you're rounding here, really be cognizant of that. Keep the shoulders back and down. And then maybe start to straighten that leg a little bit. You'll feel the hammy start to open. So you want to keep just if you're straight here, keep a micro bend behind that knee. You don't want to lock out here. Tall, breathe here. Feel that stretch. You can finesse this one just a little incrementally by pressing the heel forward, drawing the toes towards you, and that will also get in to the calf a little bit here. 2 more breaths. Nice. Good. And then slow and controlled, let that go. Nice. Let's finish it up as we started. Take a couple cat-cows. Inhale, lift everything up. Exhale, round through the spine. Maybe notice a difference in the spine here from when we first took these postures a half hour ago. Might have a little bit more space between each vertebra. That work that we did. Nice. One more round here. Nice. And then sit nice and tall. Plant your feet, let your palms rest. Soft gaze on the floor, or you can close your eyes. Shoulders release. Let the breath start to slow as the body takes on its natural breathing rhythm once again here. And just feel all those sensations that might be arising. And then maybe you can revisit your inner resource that you cultivated at the beginning of class. See if maybe you can tap into that space just a little bit. Maybe bringing that scene back in, that space where you bring in that feeling of peace and ease into the body and the mind, and allow your senses to be open there. Thank you so much for joining me as part of Operation Remote Resilience with Warriors at Ease, and I hope you enjoyed this class. And the video is now available for you to watch on our YouTube channel. So make sure you subscribe, and you won't miss any upcoming classes. And if you'd like to make a donation, there's a button at the bottom, and that helps keep these classes free for all. It helps keep teachers like me to provide these services for you. So this is Janel at Operation Remote Resilience in Health, Resilience, and Connection.